give us a call. Child support, divorce, DUI, custody, estates, evictions, wills, trusts. What else is out there? Auto accidents, dog bites, medical malpractice. Have you committed a crime lately? Whatever. Give us a call. We'll hook you up with the attorneys. We'll get you legal advice. We'll point you in the right direction. That's what this program's all about. Brought to you by Beatrice Cop till 6 tonight, 330-729-9977. I have two lines in Youngstown.
I'm getting some
330-729-9977. 330-729-9977. We'll get you through to us. News Radio 570 WKRM. Let's go to the law firm of Beatrice Cop and see who joins us tonight. We can only hope the Kingmaker's with us.
I am Ron. How are you?
There he is. It's Attorney David Beatrice.
Lower my what?
The dean of the firm. Hello, David.
Lower. All right, we got some
All right.
technical difficulty. We're getting some feedback here.
Lower the volume.
Of course. Nothing ever goes smooth.
Okay.
All right.
There.
All right. Is everything
We're still
fine
getting
at this
feedback.
point?
Because you've got a source.
All right.
for audio.
John Clark,
Because wait, hold on a second.
You got a source for audio.
come in here. These guys are getting some feedback. Let's see what we got going on here. What is, you got a delay in hearing me?
Shut all these off. That's where we're getting the feedback from.
All right.
No, I don't have a delay in hearing
He
you.
has a
You
delay-
do.
cognitive
I hear that. I hear the delay in when I talk to you, how long it takes before you hear me.
I don't have a delay in hearing you. Where's that coming from?
Yeah.
That should only be in program.
Yeah. I think we're all set here.
What's not going?
Is
through
that
the box?
fine over there? All right, David.
Is there any way we could hook the TikTok up to the box?
Okay. Let's concentrate on your radio sound. Are you just hearing sound from the radio?
Unfortunately, because of the click, I was trying to TikTok this live,
All right.
but we're getting
Can
a
we
lot of
concentrate
feedback. I
on
have
doing
to
the
end
radio
that.
show and all that other audio so we don't have people scrambling here? Is that possible?
Yeah.
I don't want any. I just want you to listen with your headphones. I want you to concentrate on the radio show.
Okay, Ron.
Are we okay with that?
We're okay with that.
All right, and shut all the other audio off, other than what we're doing here. If you wouldn't,
Is
all
it
the other
this?
stuff's got to go because this cannot go on like this. I mean, we got too many people scrambling around here, and we don't know what you guys are doing down there. All right.
This is this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this again.
All right.
All right. Don't get mad at me.
I'm getting mad at somebody.
You know, I have to get mad at Leo because Leo. I have to get mad at Leo because he had the TV on. It's his fault, not mine.
All right. So do you hear me fine now, right?
I hear
Everything
you
is okay.
fine. Can you hear
Okay,
me fine, Ron?
John? Yes. Okay.
And there's no
You can-
feedback. It wasn't my
Right.
phone. My ace producer
We're good here.
had the TV on, and so
All right. I just wanted. Here we go. Before we get to what we're going to talk about, for everybody involved, what that causes is for my chief engineer and all these people to scramble into this room trying to figure out what's wrong here when there's nothing wrong here. So the reality is,
all right. Well, sometimes we have technical difficulties.
right. But we
We're
gotta
good.
we gotta stop worrying about all the other stuff and concentrate on the legal show.
I'm
on radio.
concentrating on you.
Okay, that's all that matters to me. I want to be your
Okay, I'm
highest
totally
priority.
concentrating on you, Ron.
Am I your
570
highest priority?
WKBN. I'm totally concentrating on you. I don't know where my producer went. Oh,
Who cares? I don't care. All right, David, welcome. Welcome.
welcome, Ron. How are you?
On the verge of a nervous breakdown.
I don't know why you're on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Leo, you could
But-
turn on the TV and just shut off the volume.
There you go. All right. So do you want to
Okay.
take some calls? Would you? You want to
I
start taking-
absolutely want to take some calls. And I want to
All right.
tell everyone first where you can find us and
All right.
watch us, okay?
Mhm.
I'm starting something new, so I'm on TikTok Live. You can watch us on YouTube Live. You can watch us on Facebook Live. You can watch us on Instagram Live. And if you can't watch us and you want to hear us, you can go to iHeartRadio if you have the app and go to 570 WKBN and listen to us over there.
Or, there's this thing in people's cars. It's actually called a radio. We broadcast this, and you don't have to do any of that.
Well, there's some people that can't get the signal.
I know. Okay. Welcome, David. Do you have any assistants today? I mean, did any of the other lawyers show up?
No, Frank, he's a little young. And so we had 2 tough trials back to back. He said his stomach hurt and he couldn't make it in today.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Melfi is down in Florida. Brian Kopp is down in Florida. Tali Orengia is doing something with her children. And Mark DeVecchio, Mark DeVecchio can't do the radio show because he's running for domestic relations judge.
So who's that leave?
That leaves the kingmaker. That would be me.
There you go. We might go back to our beginning roots. All we need to do is get Mark Dan back on the show, Dave.
Ron, I was thinking. Now listen to this.
Yeah.
I figured out it was 92. I don't have a calculator in front of me. But Leo, you're pretty good at math, my producer, right?
34 years.
34 years we've been doing this. We used to just call it a radio show. I guess they're called podcasts now. 34 years we've been doing this, Ron. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can. I think I was here for all of them.
You have been here for all of them. I likewise have been here for all of them.
Right.
And I've had a parade of characters come in and out over the, how many years did you say, Leo?
34.
34. Yeah, that's about right. Over 34 years, I've had a parade of lawyers in and out. But you got me. I'm live and I'm local. And I'm locked and I'm loaded. I'm ready to take any questions. So let's go.
All right, so let's start here. News Radio 570 WKBN with the Legal Show. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi. I'm calling from Jefferson County, Ohio. How many years? 34?
34.
34 years for the
34?
show. Yeah.
34, you say? 34?
Yeah.
Wow. 34. Hey, with regard to snow removal around unoccupied or vacant lots in the city and around the downtown area where there might be buildings that are for lease but not occupied, who's responsible for the snow removal of the sidewalks? And is there any action that could be taken if someone is in a wheelchair and they can't access the sidewalk, like the American Disabilities Act or something of that nature?
Okay, so the caller is asking the sidewalks in front of a home. Some municipalities have passed laws saying it is the homeowner's responsibility to do that.
Correct.
And but there's really nothing you could do if they don't do it.
It's like 10 days since that snow. They knew it was coming. We've got children and mailmen walking on a state route in the street, in traffic. And it just doesn't make any sense that there wouldn't be some provision for remedying that.
That's correct.
And it's very dangerous. I think you're making a good point. You see a lot of people walking in the road at night in dark clothes, and we've had some people get hit as a result of that. But you say to yourself, get off the road. But, prior to the melt that we had, there'd be a foot of snow that they'd have to tramp through.
Right. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know what the answer is there, David.
Well, look, if you live in Ohio or you live in anywhere where there's inclement weather, you have to deal with the snow and the ice. So that's just the thing.
Right. And it's probably not a good idea to walk in the road at night when people aren't expecting to see you, or particularly in dark clothes.
You know, I have a case right now where there was snow on the road. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And a woman walked into a dark tunnel. The sidewalk in the dark tunnel was clear, and she was walking with traffic. And so she wasn't on the sidewalk. It went from very bright light to a kind of a long tunnel, and the truck driver just didn't see her and hit her with the mirror, and they charged him criminally. So I'm representing him now.
Right. I mean, that would truly be what I would classify as an accident. He didn't see her.
Well, they
She
charged
wasn't.
him.
Well, I hope you're victorious in that. I'm sorry
Well,
she
we'll
was
see
hit.
what happened.
Yeah, I hope you're victorious in that, because I'm sure everybody involved feels terrible as to what happened. But sometimes you're not expecting somebody to be in that location. It's dark, and you're just not expecting it. Let's put it
That's
that
correct.
way. All right, with Attorney David Beatrice, you're on the air tonight with legal questions. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please, for Attorney Beatrice.
Yeah, I got a question as far as if somebody falls at a university, walking in to the university down a set of steps, and they fall and they break their ankle, was the university liable for that?
So here's what a lot of people have a misconception about premises liability. Just because you get hurt on someone else's property doesn't mean they're at fault. Okay? Let me repeat that. Just because you get hurt on someone else's premises doesn't mean they're at fault. You first have to describe how you are on their property. Are you a social guest? Are you a trespasser? Or are you a business invitee? Now, business invitees are owed the highest duty. But still, there has to be some kind of a latent defect that the owner of the business property knew about and failed to remedy. And so let me give you the prime example. Say you're in a grocery store, okay? And you're watching the grocery store, and someone takes a banana and eats it and then throws the peel on the floor. And 2 seconds later, you come by and you slip on the banana peel, okay? And you slip and you fall. The grocery store is not going to be held responsible. Compare and contrast that to someone threw a banana peel on the floor. They told management about it, and management didn't do anything about it for a half hour. In that case, the premise liability would be responsible for that.
Okay, so in this case, say a student was going to school, they parked in the parking lot. It's 3 flights of stairs from the parking lot down to where the campus doors are to get into the campus. Okay, and so they're walking down the steps and they slip on the ice and they fall and break their ankle and have to have surgeries and screws and plates put in. So you're telling me the university would not be liable for that?
No, when you are in Ohio and in Pennsylvania, when you slip and fall on a natural accumulation of ice and snow, okay, there is no liability for the premise.
Even if even if say the steps weren't clear, you have no case at all.
I don't want to say you don't have any case. I would want to know if people had fallen there before, if the university knew about it before, okay, and they failed to take steps. But for a general rule, no premises liability. Okay.
Let me ask you a question, caller. You live in the area. In the wintertime, do you think that there's going to be ice and snow out there that you can slip on? If you're going down steps, are you going to hold a rail as you're going down them? Are you going to be more careful because you don't know? Do you think there's a person standing there around the clock to salt the step immediately if there's any type of ice accumulation? I mean,
well, now you're talking, yeah, I mean, of course, but I'm saying if a student is walking into the university, okay, they're holding on to the handrail, they're walking down the steps, okay, and they slip and they fall, okay, on the university's property. So you're telling me that so that person is be responsible for all their own bills and everything, even though it happened on the university's property.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. Many premises liability places, like a university or some businesses, have what they call med pay or hospitalization, which will cover your medical bills, and that's it. Some stores carry them, some businesses carry them, and some don't. Okay. We won a big premises liability case against back then it was Lordstown, because they mandated that truck drivers go in a certain area. Okay. Now, what they did is they took the downspout, some people refer to them as gutters, from the roof, had it come out onto the walkway, and then the water travel where they instructed the truck drivers to walk. Okay. And so that was an unnatural accumulation of ice and snow. And we were able to get compensation for our client in that case.
Okay. So what do you suggest someone does in that situation?
Well, I don't give you much help that you're going to be successful. The only thing you could do is do a public records request and see if they've had complaints about those steps before, about people falling at the steps at the university, and then you may have a case. But listen, we live in inclement weather. If you slip and fall
I understand.
on a natural accumulation of ice and snow, there is no case.
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because to me, one last thing is just, so if they're responsible for salting the steps in the parking lot and all that, okay, and just say, for instance, it wasn't. Okay, and who knows what proof there would be anyway, correct? Because there's no cameras on the outside of the buildings that face any. So basically, what you're saying is I don't have a case. That's all I'm asking.
I'm saying from what you've explained to me, in my opinion right now, I don't believe you have a case. You may have a case if that university knew that people were repeatedly falling on those steps and didn't warn them or do something to remedy it. Okay. So if you ever see when you walk into a store and they have a slippery when wet sign.
Sure.
Okay. So the reason they have a slippery when wet sign is that the law mandates that they give you warning because they've been put on notice that it's slippery when wet. So you could be careful. Now you're on notice it's slippery when wet.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm sure there wasn't any signs that say, I mean, you're talking two different situations here. That's what I don't understand.
Well, no, not really, caller.
You're talking walking into a grocery store where it says slippery when wet. And yeah, okay, so if you're dumb enough to walk through the puddle, you're dumb enough
but a university could also put up a sign that says stairs are slippery, be careful. That would absolve them of liability.
Okay, I understand that. What if they didn't now?
If
You know,
they,
that's
if they
all
did,
I'm
if they,
asking
if they,
is
here- I've
is there any way to recoup the medical bills from if this happened? That's all I'm asking.
okay. If they have med pay coverage at the university, you can get your bills paid.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I appreciate that.
All right, thanks.
Yep, thank
All right, with Attorney David Beatrice, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
I have a question. I thought when you were walking at night, you were supposed to have a flashlight in your hand if you walked on the sidewalk or in the street. Is that not true?
Repeat the question, caller.
He thinks there's got to be some type of law that if you're walking at night, you're supposed to have a flashlight in your hand.
No, there's no
Never
such
heard of
law.
All right, no such law.
But
Callers on the line,
you
stand
know,
by. Go-
look. Oh, we're going to take a break right now, Ron.
No, go ahead, make your point, please.
Look, the law is ultimately boiled down to its bare essence, based on reason and common sense. So, if you're walking at night, maybe you should wear bright colors. It would just
think,
make
yeah.
reason and common sense. Okay.
All right, callers on the line, stand by. Attorney David Beatrice back with more on the Legal Show on News Radio 570 WKBN after the headlines. It's part 2 of the Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Cop. You got a legal questions? 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977.
American
All right, Leo,
warfighters go
turn
into
on the
battle.
TV, but turn down
If
the
all
volume.
goes well, they'll come home.
Okay.
But not everyone makes
All
it
right.
all
pick up the,
Got the number
and
one
it's
viewer
kind of
badge.
rolling old
Can
school.
people
It's
hear
kind of
me on
nice for a
TikTok?
change. I hate to admit it. It's nice to have just the Kingmaker on the end of it, answering questions
I
like
don't
the
know
good
if
old
you can
days.
hear
Attorney
me.
David Beatrice. Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Cop, of course. Good to have you with us, David.
It's
All right.
good to be here.
All right. I mean, it's kind of old school. Let's take some more calls on News Radio 570 WQN. You're on with Attorney David Beatrice.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, hi. That was quick. I have a situation going on. I'm dealing with I forget it now. My husband died about 4 years ago,
I'm
and
sorry
I need
for
to
your
get
loss.
my land contract in my name. So I went through legal aid. Like, this has been 4 years. I'm on my third attorney. I'm not getting nothing back from this new guy. I'll get back with you. I'll call you within a week. Nothing. Don't hear from him I never heard from him until I call him back. Call him somehow. And luckily I'll get him on the phone. All I need to do is get the land contract put in my name. The guy that owns the house says, go ahead and get it done. I'll sign off on it.
All right.
And I got till like October, and then the house is done being paid off.
All right. Let me try to break down your problem for you, okay? You were married, correct?
Yes.
All right. And your husband is deceased, correct?
Yes.
All right. Your husband is deceased. And so you have a land contract in his name. Was the land
Yeah.
contract also in your name?
I signed one piece of paper, and I was never there when I got notarized or nothing.
All right. So you have to open up an estate. Have yourself, do you have any children?
I do, but they're all overage.
Well, whether they're over age or not, will they waive any? Did he leave a
Oh,
will?
him and I together? No, him and I together don't have those kids.
Okay.
Did he have any kids?
Does he have any children?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So his children have a right to participate in his estate.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, they got one fella I had doing this. I gave him all their names and numbers and ways to contact them. He said he went and did that. He never received nothing back. Nobody said nothing. No one called. No, they don't care about this house. They didn't care about their father.
All right. Well, if you can get them to waive off on it, it could all be yours. But you have to open up an estate.
Oh. So they actually have to sign something to say
Yes.
they're
These
not
lawyers
interested?
that you hired should be doing this for you.
What was that?
The lawyers that you hired should be doing this for
Right.
you.
Well, legal aid. I don't know. They're trying to get around it other than opening an estate. And, I don't have much money.
I understand your
you know.
frustration. Sometimes dealing with the law can be frustrating. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you
What if
very
I don't?
much.
I have no clue where these kids are now, though. They're in Youngstown.
All right. So what you have to do, you have to open up an estate. Did he have any other property in his name besides this house on land contract?
No.
Bank accounts, stock certificates, pension plans.
No, all
any-
that's done. No, nothing.
all it is the house you bought on land contract.
Well, I'm still buying it, and by this October, it'll be paid off.
And how much is that home worth?
Well, we bought it at 40.
Okay. So you have to
Well,
open
and
up.
over here on-
You have to open up an estate, and then you have to be named as the executor. You have to serve his children. You have to get an appraisal. And then once all that's
wow.
done, the probate court will then give you an executor's deed to the land contract. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Your lawyers that you've hired should handle this for you.
Well, didn't like so-called hire them. I've had 3 of them. They keep skipping me around.
Well, then get a lawyer
From
that's
person
going to
to
get the
person.
job done.
Okay.
All right.
I've been trying. I'll call you back in 2 weeks.
All right.
Nothing.
Thank you.
Thank you. With
All right,
attorney
guys.
David Beatrice, the legal show brought to you by Beatrice Cop. You're on the air. Line 2. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes. What's your question for our attorney tonight?
I was wondering if there's a nuisance law for dogs.
What do you mean by
Barking.
that?
Barking.
Some
Barking dogs that
Yes,
bark
it
nonstop.
depends on where you live.
Where do you live? What community?
Palmyra Township.
So you'll have to call the zoning inspector in Palmyra Township and see if they have a barking dog nuisance. Now, you're entitled to the right of quiet enjoyment of your property. Okay.
Okay. And that's what I actually went through the trustees and zoning to try to get something passed, and it would not pass. So now I'm trying to maybe go to the state level, because I've lived at my house for 13 years and we can't enjoy our property anymore.
Well, you actually could bring a private cause of action, okay, for a nuisance.
Okay.
All right. But there's no specific state law for barking dogs. There could be local ordinances, but you could possibly bring a nuisance claim. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
All righty. Well, I will try and do that. Maybe I might be calling you then.
Well, listen, bringing a nuisance claim against a barking dog is a tough case, and it's going to run you a lot of money. Have you tried going over and talking to your neighbor?
Yeah, they won't. We've had 6 neighbors also try, and they will not.
Okay. How
So
old is
dog
the dog?
the dog's outside barking all the time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sometimes for 11 hours straight.
Wow. Doesn't the dog get tired ever?
No, unfortunately.
11
How old's
hours.
the dog?
Well, about 3 years old.
Oh, boy.
And it doesn't disturb the owners?
No.
And
No,
it-
sir.
And I mean, what a hell of a dilemma this guy's got. You got somebody who just doesn't give a damn, and you got 6 neighbors that are saying the dog's barking constantly.
Yes. Yep. And we're trying to reason with them. So our next step is getting a lawyer and trying to, I don't know, try to do it legally, I suppose.
What do you think, David?
I mean,
Like a cease and desist order, maybe? I mean, I know it's just a piece of paper.
that's not going to mean anything. If they take a cease and desist order, letter to a lawyer, the lawyer is going to say it carries no weight. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You might have a private cause of action for nuisance, but I'd have to do some research on that to see if a barking dog is a private cause of action for nuisance, where you can have the court order them to quiet the dog.
And plus, he has 6 neighbors there that are unable to enjoy their property as a result of it. Would it not be a fair argument to make that, David?
That's correct. That's correct.
All righty. Well, thank you so much.
God
Right.
forbid.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Glad you called me. Get some rest.
Yeah, we'll try.
What a dilemma, Dave. What an I mean.
Well, not every problem, Ron, has a legal solution.
Yeah, but when you have the unreasonableness of a neighbor that doesn't care about the other 6 neighbors with that dog disturbing him.
And hence, that's why I said you might have a private cause of action for a nuisance.
Right.
Now, what they should be doing is, in mass, keep lobbying those trustees to pass a loud barking dog ordinance.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. All right. With attorney David Beatrice, the legal show brought to you by Beatrice Cop. You're on the air. Line 3. Hello there.
Hello, is that me?
Yes,
That's
it
you,
is.
sir. How can I
Go
help
ahead.
you?
Hey, good. Hey, I've been married 6 years. I got a prenup. I'm 82. My wife's 82. My question is, that we don't live together. We're separated, not legally. But my question is, if she ends up in a nursing home, am I liable? Or if I end up in a nursing home, is she liable? That's a real simple question.
6 years you've been married. So you got married, let me think this, at 76?
Yeah, something like that.
Why are you separated?
She wants to be by her children. I want to be by my children, a couple hours away. We're still friends, talk, go out once in a while. But
Can I ask you a question? I'm not trying to be mean or anything,
Yep.
but I'm taking it this is not your both first marriage.
oh, absolutely, yeah, we're both. She's widow. I'm widower. Yeah.
And in your late 70s, you thought it was wise to get married again?
Well, it wasn't wise, but
Love, Dave, love, right?
we get the yeah. Well, you get the
Well, I
religious
understand
thing
the
going.
I understand the companionship component of it.
Yeah.
Is your wife on Medicaid?
Medicare, you mean?
I mean, no, Medicaid. First
Yeah,
of all.
well, I have very good. I'm worked at Lordstown, so I have very good house insurance, and she's on that with me.
Okay.
Wouldn't you be on Medicare at your age?
Yeah.
Okay, and she's on Medicare, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if she should wind up in a nursing home, there are things you could do to protect your assets. And since you're
Okay.
married, there's a lot of things you could do to protect your home. Do you legally own a home together?
No, we have a prenup.
Did I
But
ask
I
if
looked
you had a
through the
prenup
prenup.
or did I ask if you had a home?
Yeah, I have 2 homes. Yes,
All right. Why do you have 2 homes?
one vacation, one regular.
Okay. So look, this is an area I generally delve into a lot, but I know enough to be dangerous. I want you to find out or find a lawyer that does estate planning and see what you could do should one of you wind up in a nursing home. I know this, one of your homes will be protected. I don't know about the second one.
Okay.
And Medicare is only going to pay for the first 100 days in a nursing home, and then it all becomes private pay. Do you have
Okay.
financial resources?
Yeah, very good. That's a good. Yeah, my daughter's buying the one house, so we're within 3 months of buying. I'll be down to one house. So
Okay, but that money still might be subject to clawback by Medicaid.
Hmm.
Here's my strongest advice. You and your wife that don't live together, go
Yep.
see an estate planning lawyer so
Okay.
you could say, what are the rules for if one of us should wind up in a nursing home? Okay?
yeah.
I know you have a lot of protection when you're married, much more
Okay.
so than a single person. All
Hmm.
right?
No. Okay.
But don't ignore what Dave just told you.
No, I won't.
Estate planning lawyer, because David, even though he has a prenup, so these homes are all in your name, right? They're not in her name at all, correct?
Yes.
All right. And how long were you married? 6 years, he said.
Yeah, 6 years.
Do you have a joint account or that kind of stuff?
No.
Okay.
So usually if you're a single person,
Hey, David, let me ask you, buddy, why doesn't the guy just get divorced and be done with it?
That's where I'm falling.
Well, I mean, sir, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck.
No, I'm not either. I'm just.
I mean,
Well-
you're not living together. What's the point? Get divorced.
because there
and-
are extra protection for married spouses and Medicaid. So if he owns a home all himself, all right, he has to spend money down before Medicaid will kick in. And that figure is $2,000. So he has to become destitute before Medicaid is going to pick up the cost of a nursing home.
for him.
Well, not if he's married. I'm saying when you're married, you have extra protection. If he were to get divorced, say he winds up in a nursing home, okay, they could start going through his assets and they have a 5-year look back, clawback period.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should have probably thought of this long before you turned 82.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I mean, on that. I still think he should get divorced, Dave. What's the point in being married when they don't live together? It's a
Because
shame.
Ron, being married, I just said to you,
I know.
gives them extra protection from depleting their personal wealth before Medicaid will kick in.
But
And
is he on the hook for her in any fashion? Because that's
he
his
might
wife.
be.
Well, if you cut bait and
Okay, but if
and-
he cuts bait and he goes into a nursing home,
right,
okay, he's going to have to deplete his assets down to $2,000 before Medicaid kicks in.
Oh,
So I don't know what your assets are, sir. I could tell you the national statistics for when you hit skilled care are anywhere between 13 and 17 months
before you die.
before you die. So what my wife and I have planned to do is we have set aside enough money should either one of us have to go into skilled care for 3 years of care. And after that, you know, one of us should probably ask her to kill me. What can I tell you?
keep talking and Ron will kill you.
I just had a client who had money and he's destitute now. He was a
Okay.
single man. He had a
All
couple
right.
$100,000. He got dementia, couldn't take
Yeah.
care of himself, went into a nursing home because he had to have skilled care, and they blew through $198,000 of his money.
Yeah.
There you go. You know, when you talk about being destitute, Dave, you want to hear one of my favorite stories?
Go ahead.
And folks, I'm going to tell you one of my favorite stories. I'm going to just, so the judge says to Attorney Beatrice, he says, attorney, is your client destitute? And Attorney Beatrice says, he's not now, but he will be when I'm done
Oh,
with him.
you've told that story so many times, Ron. Yeah. The story is actually, Mr. Beatrice, is your client indigent? And I said, not yet, but as this case proceeds, he will be, Your Honor. Okay. That's how the story went. Because people don't realize how expensive it is.
Lawyers.
Lawyers are very expensive. I
Yeah.
mean, and the nice thing for the area we live in is it's very reasonably priced. Now I know, you know, if I say $5,000 or $10,000 to people that live in our area, that's a lot of money. Go into a very large city and see how much it runs you to hire lawyers. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that Luigi Mangione case. He's got a team of lawyers and experts. I'll bet his legal fees are already over $2 million because he's facing prosecution in both the state of New York and the federal government. And those
But
are New
they
York
seem-
City lawyers. Those
They
are
seem to
probably
make an argument that got him out of the death penalty. I thought, did they not?
yeah. They got look. No jury was going to. You ever heard of a guy named Sapov, Ron?
No.
So Sapov was a known terrorist. You with me? Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening.
They put the death penalty on him. He drove, I think it was a pickup truck or a dump truck, Leo, into Hudson Park and killed 8 people, and a New York City jury didn't put him to death. Now, a 28 or 29-year-old man with no prior record, as good looking as he is, I don't even know why they put it on. No jury's going to put him to death. So, yeah, did they win that? Yeah, they won it. But there, in my opinion, there was no jury that was going to put that young man to death. The aggravating circumstances just aren't there. Because in a death penalty case, there's 2 phases to it. There's a guilt or innocence phase and then a punishment phase. So first they got to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt that you committed the crime. If that happens, they go to the guilt phase. And then they put on aggravating and mitigating circumstances. And the aggravating circumstances have to outweigh the mitigating circumstances beyond a reasonable doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So the death penalty is reserved, except in Alabama and Texas, probably, for the most heinous kind of crimes. I can't remember when the last person was executed in Ohio. It's been a while, hasn't it, Leo?
Because they can't get the medication.
They can't.
to do it.
A lot of these institutions, Ron, cannot get the medicine to put them to death.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you what's amazing is you might remember this, Dave. There was a rape in Canfield, the city of Canfield, back in 2000. And through modernization and DNA, they just arrested the guy, 26 years later, who had just gotten out of prison after he raped a 75-year-old woman. He was in prison for that, and they just arrested him for this crime that was unsolved for all those years. And I think DeWine said unsolved rape cases to send the DNA, and they got this new technology. I don't know if you followed it, where they were able to identify him because of the advances or his DNA, and have arrested him for that rape in Canfield, if you remember it, back in 2000.
Yeah, Ron, what the murder case I just got done doing down in Columbiana County, the amount of forensic evidence anymore, it is just overwhelming. I had 100 and some hours of surveillance videos to watch. Okay. And the phone data is just incredible. Okay. And get multiple phones and multiple witnesses and everything else. And you'd be surprised. People don't realize this. That you are on camera a lot more than you think. They have license plate readers now in most major cities that they can catch your license plate.
Well, look at how they retrieved that video from that Nancy Guthrie's home when she didn't have the subscription, and how they were able to go through the cloud and find it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Plus,
I saw where
I want everyone out there to
Bongino-
know I'm going to be doing a TikTok. I'm still working out the time, but I'm going to be doing a TikTok live. Either at, I think it's 7:00 now.
tonight.
Yeah, about the Nancy Guthrie case. It's very sad. Very sad.
I mean, it's amazing. Dan Bongino, who just left the FBI, he said there's technologies that they have that he can't even talk about that are well beyond the pinging of cell phones, and
oh yeah,
there's certain things that they have that no one knows about that is just incredible. The FBI being.
Well, the extraction. Now, a lot of families have different apps, and if your phone is on, they can track your movements. There's so many ways. I mean, it's very hard to carry off the perfect crime now. Just with all, and when you're talking about DNA, if they
And
have
advances.
if they have the person's DNA, okay, and then like say a third cousin went to 23andMe or something, they can
Mhm.
find you through that.
Right.
So it's the sciences, the forensics are getting so incredible. And when you fire a gun and the ballistics and gunshot residue tests. So when you fire a gun, when the bullet comes out of the barrel, it blows back residue. So say you fired a gun and then an hour later the police catch you and they do a gunshot residue on your hands, they could tell that you had fired a gun, or that gunshot residue somehow got on your hands or on your clothes or on your phone or your keys or in your car.
Yeah. Interesting. How can people see this, what you're going to be doing at 7?
So if you have a TikTok account at 7:00, just go to my TikTok page and you can watch me live. I'm going to do a
At
live
7.
for about an hour and a half, and we're just going to have a discussion about the Nancy Guthrie case. It's very sad because they found blood on the front porch. She was dependent on Medicaid medication. It's been 12 days now. There's been no proof of life. People are trying to take advantage of the family by saying, if you pay me, Bitcoin, I'll give you information.
You know they're going to catch every one of them.
I believe so. They're saying that he left the glove. A lot of people don't realize now. Do you know what touch DNA is, Ron?
Yeah, that's what they got with this guy in Canfield. That's how they got him.
Yeah.
Hey, David, we're going to be out of time. Thank you, Dave.
Tomorrow morning on WFMJ Today, going to be talking about your Fifth Amendment rights. Join me there tomorrow at 6:40 a.m.
All right. Thank you,
Ron,
David.
I'll see you next week.
All right. Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Kopp. It's enjoyable tonight, starring attorney David.